Good morning and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here this morning with Bertha and Fred, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Bertha's ability to understand and respond to her formal on-leash obedience commands. The little tiny corrections and lots of motivations that we give her when we're working with her, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in his right hand. That leaves his left hand free to give any little correction that we give, and the only correction that we give is a little tug and release on the training collar, and that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Bertha has come a very, very long way in her training. She is bonded with Fred, so he'll be teaching your lesson tomorrow. And if you notice, she is sitting very nicely at Fred's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. Heeling is proper leash walking, and the command is Bertha, heel. Now at this point, Bertha has a job to do, and that is to remain neutral with Fred's left leg, not forging ahead or lagging behind, but staying right next to him when walking. And each time that he stops his feet, she's been taught to sit automatically without being told to wait for her next command. So you're going to be practicing this in your neighborhood, in your yard, in your house, anywhere that you can work with her is going to help her to gain confidence, self-control, focus, and not be that skitsy little girl that came to school. She's always going to be timid, but you're going to be the leader now. Now the next command that we're going to demonstrate for you is the sit-stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, it is a one-word command. Your homework at home is going to be to lengthen out the time and the distance that she's able to hold this command, because she's a Velcro dog. She wants to be right on you all the time. When Fred returns back to her, he goes back to heel position. He walks all the way around her, which is very difficult. She's got that tangled around her. Very difficult for a dog like her because she's not trusting. So she doesn't like anybody walking behind her. So it's Bertha, heel, and then when you stop, she should sit. If she doesn't sit, you're going to say no sit, but she sat on her own. Fred leaves her in another sit, stay. He walks away from her and turns to face her. And lengthen this out. You can practice this right indoors. And this time, Fred is going to use her name, and he's going to call her. It's Bertha, come, and she's to come and sit. And then she goes back to heel. And all of these commands are very important. They may not look like much to you, but this is a lot for Bertha. She came to us very shy, very nervous. It came out as aggression. She's not. It's fear motivated. Fred leaves her in another sit, stay. He makes her hold it for a little bit. You're going to work up to 3 minutes, so you have some work to do. And Fred's going to call her in. Bertha, come. She comes in and sits. If she doesn't sit, he gives that little correction. Back to heeling. And you can see how the video is progressing. She's doing better and better. She's not used to having a video camera out here with her during her lessons. Now the next command that we're going to demonstrate for you is the down from a heel position. So with your dog seated at your left, you take your left open palm, push it straight down toward the ground, and give the one-word command to down and stay. Your long down stay, when you're practicing at home, practice right in your living room. If she pops up, tell her no, down, stay. And again, this is a self-control command. And you're going to work this one up to 5 minutes. When Fred returns back, he's going to return to heel. And she actually laid there till he got back to heel position. And he'll demonstrate that for you again. This is the down from a heel position. Remember, always have her seated first, left open palm, straight down toward the ground. The one-word command to down and stay. She's doing really well with her stationary exercises. This time Fred will call her in. She sits, and then she goes back to heel. And the last command that we're going to demonstrate for you is going to be the down from a distance. And this is a harder exercise because you're not right next to the dog. And especially with a dog like Bertha, she wants to be right next to you. So when you start out, don't go too far away. Use your right hand to give the command. Now you'll see if she doesn't go down, Fred takes a step in and then he gives her a stay. And she crawls into him because that's her thing. She wants to be right next to you. So that down from a distance could use a little work when you're practicing at home, although I've seen her do it better. Now we've demonstrated for you all of Bertha's formal on-leash obedience commands. You'll be getting your lesson tomorrow with Fred so that she knows that you know what she knows, which is very important to the ultimate success of your program. She's been challenging, but she's come a long way, and we want to thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company, and happy holidays.